On any given day, your mind is all over the place, right? You're thinking about what you did yesterday, what you're going to do today, what's going to happen tomorrow. You're thinking about a whole bunch of different things. But what we don't realize is that what is on our minds the majority of the time will expand. Now, what do I mean by that? Is the more you have certain things on your mind, the more you will see them reflect externally, right? So if you're consistently thinking about, lifestyle, at a certain extent, right? A certain point, income, money, finances, right? You're going to see more of that. That's where your mind is going to be steering. You're going to be thinking of ways to make money. You're going to be thinking of ways to invest rather than spend on things that you shouldn't be spending your money on. Also, when you think about health, for example, if you're thinking about becoming more healthy, taking care more of your diet, taking care more of your body, right, working out, etc., the more you have these things on your mind, the more you will reflect that in the external. For example, it's really, really simple. If somebody never thinks about working out, do you ever think that they're going to hit the gym? But somebody that's consistently every day thinking about, oh yeah, I want to hit the gym, I want to work out, I want to eat right, eventually they're most likely going to at least step foot in the gym and go down that path. It's a very simple concept to understand. What is on our minds will expand, right? What you have going through your mind the most is what you will see more of in your external reality. Same thing applies for the flip side. So if you're thinking about lack, right? If you're thinking about problems, if you're thinking about negativity, if you're consistently having these things on your mind, you will see more of them in your external reality. So one day you had a certain complication or you had a certain problem with something, okay, cool. That's it. You had the problem, you found the solution, hopefully you found the solution, or you had a negative event in your life, but it doesn't serve you anymore to have it on your mind. So you need to kind of filter that stuff out, and you do that through having mental control, and you achieve mental control through meditation and affirmations and all the other stuff that I've been talking about, right? So once you take that mental control, you are automatically going to start to have more and more of the things that you do want to experience on your mind. And you start to have less and less of the things that you don't want to experience on your mind. The problem is that people don't realize that there is power behind that. What you have on your mind, you will see more of. And it's hard to explain how that science works. It just is what it is. You got to really take full control of your mind and take into consideration what is going through your thoughts, your feelings, your emotions on a day-to-day basis, because the majority of the time you're living your life on autopilot, like I like to say, right? You won't be so conscious of what's actually, what you're thinking about, what you're imagining a certain scenario or a certain outcome to be like, right? If you're going out a certain night, or you're going out to an event, or you're doing something, a social experience, right? You may or may not be thinking about how it's going to go. And you may consciously realize that you were thinking that things were going to go really well, or things were going to go really bad, or whatever it may be. But the point is to be conscious of what is going through your mind, and then taking it a step further, and then actively, consciously choosing what to have on your mind in accordance with a certain event or a certain day or a certain experience that you know you're going to be having, right? If you're going on vacation or whatever it may be. If you're going on vacation, a little tip I could give you is, before you actually leave to go on that vacation, spend a couple, 3 or 4 days, the last 3 or 4 days before you leave, and every single day dedicate at least 5, 10, 15, 20 minutes to visualizing, affirming, and creating the reality that you desire to experience on that vacation. And you will sway the probabilities more in that favor. It will be more probable for what you were imagining to end up being your experience. Now, why is that? Law of attraction. It's just the way this universe works. It's the way that things work, right? Again, it's not that you're necessarily going to be able to, yes, you can, but it takes years of mental work to get to the point where you can basically visualize exactly how you want it to be, and it will end up exactly that way. The main thing you want to focus on is your feeling, how you feel. So if you want your certain vacation or certain social event or certain experience to be a certain way, you really want to focus on how you feel in that moment. If it's something that's going to happen, okay, cool. I know that I'm going to be feeling a certain way, or I want to feel a certain way. You put the energy and you put the work into quite literally creating that reality beforehand, before you go to that experience, before you go to that social event or that party or that vacation or whatever it may be, okay? Now, the same thing can apply for your job, for your income, for whatever, anything in life, right? If you're going to the gym, if right now, let's say you want to take health seriously, right? And let's say you haven't been going to the gym, you haven't been eating right, okay? Instead of trying to force yourself to eat right and force yourself to go to the gym, do the mental work first. What will happen is that over a couple of weeks, maybe a month or two, you will naturally be that type of person that eats right and goes to the gym. You won't be in that state of having to force yourself to do those things. You'll quite literally just become that version of yourself. See how this works? Instead of being so external and forcing things in the external world, take a step back and start to rewire your brain. How's your relationship with food? Do you just eat mindlessly? Or do you know that you're eating the foods that you shouldn't be eating? What are the foods that you should be eating? Everybody knows what they should be eating. You don't need some dietitian or some nutritionist. There's special cases, okay? I'll accept those, but for the majority, you know what you should be eating, right? You know what you should be focusing on to increase your business or your income. You know what you should be, putting your time towards every day. Not doing things that you know aren't really moving you forward in life, okay? The more you have the things that you know will move you forward in life on your mind, the more likely you will be to experience them in your external reality, okay? And if you are, like I said, thinking about, changing health or changing your income and all that stuff, it's a lot simpler, a lot easier. The journey is a lot smoother. It's just 100 times better to start internally first before trying to do in the external, right? So, for example, if you're trying to increase your income, right? Instead of just going out to find the next job or find this instead of going in the external to find a way to make more income, go internally first. Dedicate a couple days, a couple weeks to internally creating a reality where you are experiencing a higher level of income. Feel what that's like. Really, really focus on the feeling. Yes, visualization and thoughts are very powerful and very nice to take control of and be conscious of. Yes, that's very important. But the sauce is in the feeling. You want to feel that reality into existence. I know that sounds like, oh, how the hell do I do that? But you kind of just get to the point where you know how that act. Like if I tell you right now, raise your right hand, you know exactly how to do it, right? But if I tell you feel a certain reality into existence, it's like, how the hell do I do that? It has to do a lot with, it's hard to put into words. You kind of just got to be on this journey for a year or two, and you will get to the point where you're like, oh, that's how it is. You see, you'll have the self-realization, and you'll realize how it is to feel certain things into reality, okay? If you're going to have a vacation or you're going to have you're going out with some chick or whatever you may be doing, and you want it to go a certain way, you visualize, you put yourself into that reality, and you focus on the feeling that you would have if it worked out exactly how you wanted it to work out, okay? Then you focus on that feeling in the present moment now. You do that for a couple days, every single, 10, 15 minutes every single day for, a couple weeks, months. And you will most likely experience that feeling due to the external circumstances. All right, guys, hopefully all that makes sense. If you want to sign up for one-on-one mentorship, you can through the Patreon link in the description below. Please drop a like, comment down below, subscribe with your post notifications turned on, and I will see you guys next time.